Peace, love, and light, my beautiful guys, my goddesses, and your majesties. Okay, real quick, listen. A lot of folks is having a hard time, a very hard time, forgiving our parents and moving on from what we feel that we received when we were growing up or even as adults. We are having a hard time letting go, and it is truly holding you from your desired happiness. You sit up there mad and depressed and irritated every time you go around your parents because you feel like they didn't love you enough. Or maybe they was a little hard on you. Maybe they were abusive. But we have to realize that we came from the womb. We came from the seed of unhealthy parents. And no, it's not your fault. No, it's not your fault. And I don't know if you're going to believe it or not, but honey, you asked to come down here because you asked to come for a reason. You asked to be placed into that toxic family. So and produce love, peace, and light. I know you don't believe it. I know you don't believe it. So we ain't gonna even go there. You ain't ready for that yet. But let's start with some baby steps. You have to learn how to forgive your parents. Yes, it is hard. But is it so hard that you are willing to jeopardize your happiness, your peace, your joy, your heaven? Do you know what heaven feels like to you? Do you know what is waiting on you on the other side of that door that you can't walk through because you're too busy holding on to that hurt and that pain? And like I said, even if your parent is still abusive today, verbally, mentally, whatnot, or whatever, remember one thing, you grown. Remember one thing, you grown, and you now have a choice. You had a choice back then, but honey, you truly have a choice. And you can choose to continue to jump into that ring with your parents and let them beat you down like they continue to do. Or you could take your beautiful, handsome self and clean yourself up and sit outside front row seat and watch them fight by themselves. See, we have to learn how to stop jumping into the ring fighting fights that's not our fight. Let me say it to you again. We have to learn how to stop jumping into rings fighting fights that's not our fight. That's not your fight. Your parents are fighting with themselves and they just bringing you into the fight, honey. Heal yourself. Heal yourself. You are not doing you or your parents no good by continuously jumping into that ring, entertaining their chaos. The best thing you can do for your parent is forgive them. Forgive them and heal yourself because that's how you heal your parents. And a lot of y'all probably so upset with your parents, y'all don't want them to heal. Shame on you. Because that too is digging you deeper down into that ditch and is making it hard for you to move forward. You have to learn how to love them past the hurt. Just like you want somebody to love you past your hurt. You want somebody to love on you, but you're not willing to love on somebody else. Love your parents. They brought you into this world for a reason. And for that much, love them for that. The way that you forgive your parents is by starting to say, convincing yourself, affirming to yourself, and feeling. You know what you wanted your parents to be like, so say it. I had amazing parents. I have an amazing mother. I had amazing fathers. I had an amazing father. I have an amazing father. Oh, they were so loving and so caring and so nurturing. Even if it was inside the womb, you experienced some form of love from your parents. Let me tell you a story. When I was growing up, I never understood why my mother left my father. I was a daddy's girl. Child, you can't tell me nothing about my daddy. Still to this day, I love my father, and he's been gone over 20 years. And I love him. Oh my goodness. I'm a daddy's girl. Don't listen. Listen. Daddy's girls, I know y'all understand when I tell you this. I am a daddy's girl. So for the life of me, I could not understand why my mother left my father because I loved him so much. She did not disclose to me until I became an adult. During my childhood, I don't care how many times I hurt her feelings and told her I want to go live with my daddy. And I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry. I was a kid. But honey, I used to sit up there and tell my mama I wanted to go live with my daddy. I didn't want to live with her. I didn't feel like she treated me right. She didn't love on me enough. But it wasn't until I became an adult and I was able to understand. My mother told me my father was very abusive to her from the womb on through. But he never allowed me or my brother to see him being abusive to her. I remember the one time I did see him act like he was going to abuse her. My mother thought I had actually seen him hit her, but I don't remember seeing that. I just remember them two. I thought they were playing. But he pulled me to the side and told me that it wasn't right what I saw, and that a man should never put his hands on a woman. And that's what he told me. So why would I believe that he didn't treat my mother no other way? Well, it wasn't, like I said, until I became an adult, she disclosed it to me that he was very abusive to her, and that's why she left him. That's why she left him. But this was an abused woman, and she got in other abusive relationships after him. So how could she love me if she wasn't even being loved herself? How could she show me any kind of peace, love, joy, and happiness if she had no peace of her own? She had no peace, so how could she give me some? We have to sit up and take time and take grace. That's why I said shadow work, dealing with your past is so important. A lot of y'all don't want to deal with your past, honey. But your past is how you take out the garbage so that you can make room for the desires that you want. You grown now. Stop acting like a kid. It's okay to be a kid at heart, but stop acting like a kid. You know better. Go out here and have fun. Get on a roller coaster. Jump rope. But forgive your parents, honey. I remember growing up, I always wanted the easy bake oven. Ooh, child, I always wanted the easy bake oven. Do you know I'm going to buy myself an easy bake oven, even though I got a big old oven? Even though I got a big old oven. But that was one of the things. I thought my mother was just so mean because she didn't buy me an easy bake oven. But the truth of the matter is, she couldn't afford it. She could not afford it. She did not even have the will to go out here and to work. Honey, she was so beat down. So beat down. And I was so jealous and so upset when she decided to get herself together and she went to work, and to me, she's like she was a better parent to my younger siblings. We're 11 years apart. Me and my baby sister about 11 years apart. And she was a better parent to them, I felt, because she was working, she was married, she was happier than she was me. See, my siblings didn't have to endure what I endured. But at the end of the day, I understand. I truly understand. And I don't hold her accountable. That's her. She got to hold her own self accountable. It's not on me to judge. Because, honey, I done been through my own transgressions. But I have learned through going through my own stuff that I have learned to forgive my mother and my father. Because I don't know what kind of upbringing my father had that made him so angry that he wanted to abuse my mother. But one thing I do know for certain, one thing I do know for sure, to the day he died, he always loved my mother. But he did not know how to show her. Mm. Do you know how sad that is to be with somebody that you love and don't know how to show them you love them? Lord have mercy. Mm, 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 mm. Forgive your parents, and then forgive yourself for holding on to that crap that long. Take out the garbage. It's okay. And it's okay to love them. It is okay to love them. And you ain't got to be in their presence to love them. You can pray for them. That's the biggest part of love that you can give anybody. Pray for your parents' healing. Pray for your parents' wellness. Don't let them leave this earth with a broken heart. Because I'm going to tell you right now, y'all think y'all parents don't like y'all. Y'all think y'all parents be mean to y'all. Y'all think y'all parents be doing y'all wrong. Their hearts are broken, and they don't know how to be expressive about it. See, they was taught not to cry. You got to be strong. You got to be strong. Honey, they don't know how to be vulnerable. And they think that being vulnerable is a sign of weakness. Honey, do your research. Do your research. Love on your parents and love on yourself. Now go out and have an